Today is Wednesday, April 5th, 2023, and what a delight to see you as we review the DK30 Spring projects. Let's just talk briefly about what DK30 is, talk a little bit about how you participate in one, and then we're going to look at some of the projects that you, live in chat, have linked to me for today's little showcase. If you're just showing up and would love yours shown on air, just let me know. Now, in other news, what are you doing? In other exciting news, my dog is clicking and clacking around in the background. She's sniffing and having a great time, so you'll hear me interrupted by Cece a whole lot. So first of all, what's DK30? The idea of DK30 is it stands for the 30-Day Project Challenge. And the idea is that you come up with something you can get done with in 1 month's time. We all start our 1 month project, our 30-day project, all on the same day. So then that way we can talk to each other, support each other, share our progress, share our delays with our wonderful supportive community. And the sort of goal for each individual person is that it is a good technique to get started on something you've never quite found the right time to get started on. Maybe a health habit, maybe a creative project, but you get started all on the same day, so that we were all doing it together. And 30 days is not so much that if you get delayed, you have to bail on your project completely, but it's still substantial enough that you're actually making some good progress. So on our website, on the day9.tv website, you'll see a DK30 tab here, where you have the ability to create a project. This is just a tracking tool that is fully optional, where you can write what you want to do with your project. You can come up with your milestones for each of the weeks, and you can share it. And then you can actually browse through things that other people are working on. You can look at the projects that I've worked on. It's just an optional repository for people to share what they've been up to. And so, sort of humorously, hey, what are you doing? Good dog. I have a DK30 that I will probably be able to talk about at some point. I often have a lot of various projects in the works that are under NDA and I can't talk about them. And often I will have a DK30 that is associated with my personal stuff, like I'm going to try to walk 100 miles in a month, something like that. But for this one, I've been working really, really hard on something, and I'm really pleased, and I've just been doing all kinds of crazy hours, and I'm feeling all this momentum. I'm feeling really excited about it. Maybe I'll be able to share that in a little bit. But I wanted to start with mine, because for one, I always do, but also if you are working on something that's personal, maybe you're not under NDA, but you're just not comfortable sharing it. That's no problem at all. Be as precise or as vague as you so desire. It's all about getting support from other people. And one of the main ways that we do this is through the Discord, discord.gg/day9tv. We have a bunch of channels right here where you can visit to talk to people, to share your project, and to get that sort of support. You can even get accountability buddies. So let's take a look at some of the projects you've worked on for the last few weeks. Starting with one of our regulars, Serial GG, aka Satan, who says, I have a really bad habit of not giving myself enough time to recover from illnesses. This time I'm specifically going to focus on getting better. Surgery is 0203. I recently, week one goal, do fuck all. I didn't see that. That's amazing. I have personally talked about this a lot on air, that often I struggle with the idea of giving myself permission to be a big pile of uselessness, right? I often find that if I'm incredibly sick on a Thursday night, so I cancel a Friday show, midday on Friday when I'm starting to feel better is one of the only times I feel allowed to just chill and watch TV. If it's a Saturday, can't chill and watch TV. I have to be productive. And I think this is fantastic. I am going to focus on getting better, and I am budgeting a week to do fuck all. This is a brilliant goal. I actually had nose surgery at the end of last year, and it was a really simple operation, but they had to inject epinephrine into me, which gave me an anxiety attack. And it completely incapacitated me for the rest of the day. It was so bad. So I love this. I want to scroll down to some of the ones from 21 days ago. It's been 2 weeks, time for an update. The surgery seems to have gone well. 4 hours on the table, warned for nothing, achieved everything it should. We're now in the monitoring stage. Next, we're figuring out what caused the problem to begin with, which simply was impossible before the surgery. Second off, oh my God, is it hard to sit still? Yeah, I often find with certain high stress events, a surgery is a very literal one, which you budget the time for the surgery and then you don't budget all the consequences that happen afterwards. There's a reason why companies have formal processes for leave from work to make sure that you can just focus on getting better. Not because you get to free roll for 3 weeks, but because it is meaningfully hard. And I really think I kind of like that this is the first project that we're looking at because it's so easy to over-index on productivity in life, which I do way too much. I wasn't productive. My God, I'm not worth love, you know. First day after the surgery was miserable. I couldn't sleep for longer than 15 minutes because I would wake up unable to breathe in roughly that interval. Yeah, when I had my nose surgery, it basically swole my nose shut, and my tongue would just fall back over my throat, and I would go and like sputter and wake up. Oh my God, it was terrible. Yeah, I mean, let's kind of rewind back to here. Got my last checkup next week Tuesday. Everything's healing well. I had my first job interview today, which is different from how it usually goes because I tend to approach clients for work, not the other way around. I'll also get my keys to the new apartment next week. Hell yeah, which is absolutely terrifying. It's good that I can finally move out to somewhere affordable after literally 10 years. Oh yes. Hashtag the economy and all that good stuff. It's getting to the point where I feel healthy again. This was a 6-day update. The one that we were originally reading was a 22-day ago update. So there was nearly 15 days in between these, which can't be overstated how important it is to budget and schedule rest. And this is something that I want to work on doing even more. So I'm glad Satan, who's had all sorts of projects about writing and storytelling and various other personal creative projects, instead just focused on not doing stuff. Cheers to you, Serial. All right, let's check out text. To build familiarity and confidence with using my new resin 3D printer, once I'm more comfortable with use, I can begin to print larger and more detailed prints without much worry of failure. And these goals that are on the side I thought were really interesting. The goal this week is to start off super basic, read the instructions, find out what tools are required to do the job efficiently, and get a space set up for the prints. What kind of things do I want to print out and will be the most beneficial for me? So, often when there is a creative task in particular, there's the thing that you envision as the output, and you want to back up a few steps for that. For instance, if I'm trying to make a game where I'm like, hey, I want to make Mario, the first level of Super Mario 1. I want to make that. So I can envision the first level, so maybe I'll back up from that, and I'll first get Mario working, then I'll try to make some of the platforming, and then I'll try to add some enemies, and then I'll have a week left for polish, right? It's very easy to start trying to break down, thinking about the final step first. But often, there is this large amount of work to, how the hell do I even do anything in Unity? Or in the case of this 3D printer, setting aside an entire week to just doing the basics of reading the instructions, figuring out how anything at all works. And this is a step that over the last 15 years, I have found myself giving more and more and more time for. And for me, my technique for tasks is often, if I feel like I'm having a mental block on the task, that probably means I need a week to just read the instructions, as it were. So if I were trying to paint, I would want a week or 2 or 3 just trying to paint anything, trying to follow any tutorial, setting aside 2 days to just go make sure I have the right equipment and paints like this. But look at what tech did after all this. This is extraordinary. The goal I have left week 4 is an overflow week to finish off the project. Any delays or issues I find over the course of the project will flow into this week. I would also like to do getting completed prints painted up and display ready for the end of the challenge. So I remember scrolling through this right before we went live, and it's just amazing. And look, it's very daunting to print such a huge model so early in my experience, but balls to the wall and let's just get on with it. If it doesn't work, that's unfortunate, but no big deal. This is a particularly clever way to make progress week 1, I'm not doing anything related to the printing. And then later on, then where did it go? Yeah. Then at some point in the future, I overreach. So I'm underreaching deliberately and then overreaching later, instead of trying to be super even all the time and deliberate. This is great. What I wasn't prepared for is how long it would take. My previous print took about an hour and a half. This print had 4 parts to it. The body alone took 9 hours to print out. Week 4, waiting for the fucking printer to finish printing. So, check this out. All right, so we have, what's this? Ooh, a beautifully detailed back piece getting printed off. But on the back of what? Oh, there's one side, there's the other side. Here's the body. Oh, yeah. And my understanding is that in 3D printing, here is like the body of the model, and these chunks here are support structures. So while this is being printed, it's sitting atop a stable thing, and then you sort of chip away this stuff on the other side. The head, we don't have a photo of, but look at the construction. Look at this. This looks exactly like Serial GG 22 days ago. This is what happens when you get the nose surgery. All right, we're taping the pieces together. The vet surgery. And look at this, fully painted. Isn't that incredible? Look at this. Look at the tusks, and it actually, with the texture plus the paint, looks like fur. Look at this. And look, that was the back. That was what was sitting on the back. I mean, that's just incredible. And look, we're getting it from another angle. Oh, a nice stream deck in the background. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, that's so sweet. That is so freaking sweet. Citadel Chaos Black Spray. All right, someone absolutely paints miniatures. Oh, this is so good. And, if you continue to scroll through this project, you can see additional bits of the software, additional bits of the process that I thought were just marvelous, blasting through. And again, if you're interested in checking that out, you can go to our DK30 tab at the top of the website, and you can actually search or go through the categories to find projects like this. A lot of people use these almost as miniature diaries of their project to just be able to have a resting place for all the information associated with it. And let me just get oh yeah, bubbly fizzy water, baby. Z Sakura, which also, hi Z Sakura, good to see you again. March, Beyonce body push, hell yeah. I'm going to my 10th college reunion in June, and nothing would please me more than showing up looking as close to how young and fit as I looked in college. Hell yes, man. I was on a power hot journey. I've been on a power chunky journey ever since the start of the pandemic, because I like eating to de-stress. And I had a lot of stress during that period of time. You know, there was a global pandemic and all that jazz. But I love Beyonce body is the hashtag. That's what I'm talking about. I've made great progress this winter thanks to Nintendo Switch Ring Fit, my partner, the dragon boating community I joined last year. For this March, I'd like to push myself to keep going and keep up the good work to do a bit more. This includes consistently working out all these days, continue to do physical therapy exercise a few days a week to make sure my bum right knee is well supported. Yeah, I had my left knee, and I don't even remember which ankle it was anymore, which is a incredibly stupid thing to say, but like I busted one of my ankles dancing one night where I like tore a tendon. And like all the stretches and manipulations you have to do, they're so annoying, because right when you're starting to feel good, you're like, I'm good, I don't need to do it every single day, and then the pain comes back and you're like, I should have done it every single day. Hold, I need to blow my nose. But one of the things that I like about the way Z Sakura structured this is, in particular, I've made progress thanks to these things. I am really guilty of the following. I want to do thing X. I don't do it at all right now. How do I go from 0 to 100 starting, on Monday? And what happens is, if I wake up tired at all on Monday, I feel so bone-crushingly defeated because I wasn't able to get started and go to 100. Or I'm only able to put in 50% effort and I feel bone-crushingly defeated because I wasn't able to go to 100. And I think this is like a nice sort of intermediate in the same way that we were talking about with the 3D printing. Instead of setting aside a week to read the instructions, another version is I just started playing Switch Ring Fit, started just joining Dragon Boating, just doing some first forays in to make doing this sort of thing a little bit less dramatic. All right, for March, Beyonce Body Push. I worked out for 25 out of 31 days. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Whether it was for 5 minutes or an hour, my partner notes that even he hasn't kept up such a consistent record. That's right. Eat shit. Please confer that to your buddy. Am I allowed to say all your names publicly? I don't know. I made this mistake a while ago where I just like was using someone's full name on air, and they were like, "Sean, don't say my full name on air. I don't want these strangers knowing who I am." And I was like, whoopsie daisies. So, but look at this. Days I took a break. 4, 5, 11, 23, 24, 31. These are almost the same numbers from Lost. Consistent tracking and proof on Imager. Also, I love, hey, if I'm doing it for 5 minutes, great, I did it. There's a lot of intense stuff you can do for 5 minutes. Have you ever tried to do push-ups for 5 minutes? You'll die. You can get a lot done in 5 minutes. And oh yes, oh yeah. Look, and we have all the different types of breakdowns. 14 days of Ring Fit, 7 rides on the Peloton. Fuck yeah. I wanna see this. Where is it? Yes. For me, it boiled down to finding and holding a job that gives you the time and energy to do all the things outside of work and at work. I can't agree more. Specifically, I feel like there is a step in between I'm not doing something and I am now doing it, which is how do I create the time? And I've talked about this maybe a year ago when I was doing a DK30 review, that if I wanted to create time for something, the first thing I would do is just get up early and then surf the internet. I would just get up early, sit down at my PC, which is where I would do the coding project or whatever future thing I wish to do. And I would just make sure that I was able to get up at 7 and then sit there till 8. And then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm able to do it. And then after I got in the habit of that, then I replaced sitting there with doing something of value. Finding and communicating with accountability persons and communities who are supportive, compliments you for putting in the effort, and are not dismissive of you trying and not meeting your goal sometimes. Excuse me, I burped. I believe that 99% of what people need is not critique or feedback. It's just encouragement. That's what almost everyone needs, is just some encouragement. Just some encouragement. I think that's fantastic. Expanding the options of exercises, which is extremely easy and even appealing to exercise. And there aren't that many obstacles for you to get started daily or pick up where you left off if I've been resting. This is really clever. I've never actually thought about that. Huh. Yeah, give yourself some options, right? Like when you go to the grocery store and you buy 7 different types of ingredients and go, what am I in the mood for tonight? I think I'll cook the tacos now. Yeah. Oh yeah, finally understanding the importance of and actively taking care of your mind and body. Seek professional help if necessary. I'm going to highlight this. Almost all of the times when I have found a mental block on something, I have paid someone some money, and not even a huge amount. I don't want to try to imply that, like, this is just for wealthy people. I'm sitting here in my billion-dollar streaming chamber, paying for all sorts of stuff. But, like, I was feeling demotivated for exercise, and I just paid a physical trainer to just kind of tell me what to do for some periods of time. And then I stopped paying, right? Or, if you're struggling with your finances, as I was recently, as just trying to figure out how to organize it all. Paid someone to just sit me down. Go here, click on this, pull this here, do that. Oh my God, it suddenly makes everything easier when you get a jump start. Love that you included that. And Z Sakura, hashtag Beyonce bot. Bruce Malt, Little Timmy's first MMO RPG. Now, I don't know if your name is Timmy, or if you're referencing that voice that I like to do, which is this one. I'm going to make an MMO, and I'm doing it solo, baby. Maybe this is you, little Timmy's first MMO. How do you make an MMO if you've been paying a little of attention? The answer is you don't. The past 2 decades are littered with the remains of failed projects, promising the world and delivering nothing or very little. But what if I just promise nothing and offer a demo from day 0, and we'll see how that goes? Ah, yes! Inverted goal structure. Love this. Isn't that the voice of your D&D gnome character? You mean Persnigatron Torbisher? What a fucking stupid name. That's so good. Yeah. I like the last name more than I like Persnigatron. All right. Torbisher is a great dwarf last name, isn't it? Isn't it a great dwarf last name? Very proud of that one. But I had to come up with a name on the spot because my other character, I believe, punched in ooze and got dissolved instantaneously. So something like that. But anyways, I like this inversion of goal structure. MMOs, for any of you that don't know, are famous for being a project that young devs ambitiously try to set on doing on their own. They go, oh man, I want to make an MMO because World of Warcraft isn't scratching the right itch. So let me just start making one. And after like 3 months, they have just made the ability to wander around a flat surface that is barely networked and it's full of bugs, and they get demotivated and put it down. But there's been a lot of technological improvements, a lot of streamlining with things. Still, an MMO is like a gigantic endeavor. But I think this is so clever to just say, what if I just promise nothing and just start working? This is really clever. I really like this. Like, oh yeah, I'm just working on the game. I sit down. What do I want to do today? And Bruce Malt has a huge amount of updates here. This is the waypoint system. So we see walk task, ETA. I assume 1 hour and 48 minutes. The slowest MMO of all time. But here's some videos of the tasks being queued. Let me go ahead and mute it. Hey, look at this. I recognize that. Those Unity buttons. Hey, look. Look, he's going. He's picking stuff up. Look, he's scouting. He's harvesting. Hell yeah. World builder picking up tent. And from the perspective of, hey, how close are you to shipping? What percentage complete are you? Dude, fuck it. I'm just making some basic waypointing. I'm making some basic quest implementation. Look at this NPC. Look at him go. Let's go. Hell yeah. He's doing stuff. Oh, he's going. He's getting his stuff done. NPC picking up tent. And, you know, there's a funny thing. What do you know? YouTube is recommending me Magic and StarCraft 1. Who'd have thought? One of the things that I think is kind of funny about a lot of game stuff is that so much of a game is just this giant cannon of assets that you're blasting into the project. And a lot of the underlying functionality is not that complicated in a lot of regards. If you took something like that and simply made amazing, brilliant, beautiful animations, it would look great. And, Bruce Malt has a variety of different updates down here talking about various other tasks. Hey, look at this. We have an entire set of shards for potentially pathfinding. Ooh, the idea is, unlike the most, to have a node system where the resource nodes spawn in unrealistic locations and regenerate. Hell yeah. Always wanted something like this. And I think that this is a really great bottom-up approach. I think it's very easy to get caught into crazy top-down planning of how is everything going to work together instead of just adding a bunch of stuff. And so again, I feel like this is a great idea of promise nothing, offer a demo, and just keep adding stuff. Almost impulsively. Because you can always do this for a really long time and go, wait, now I see what I want to make. And then recobble it together. I mean, even Lee was talking about that on yesterday's Mostly Walking. That half of a project is figuring out what you're supposed to make, and then the other half is making the thing. So Draco85 has a fascinating project. A cable recycling plant that can pre-shred scrap electrical cables, granulate the pre-shredded materials, build a water chute to separate plastic from the copper. Has to be able to run on my pre-existing solar array, making it free to use when the sun is shining. This is so cool! And there's actually a video that we can see Let me just check this out. All right, here we go. And we're going to... Yeah, look, there's Draco. Draco, of course, hearkening back to the days when I used to play games in high school with the 4x3 resolution. There it is. So, look at this. This is insane. This is like so much more hype. Oh my god. All right, hey, get him, Draco. All right, let's go ahead and feed it. I don't know if this electrical cable is what's being ground up or whether that's water going into there. I think it's actually being ground up. Am I understanding this correctly? Because at first I thought that was a hose, and I thought that this hose was going to be making the water. But no, you're actually just shredding that. And look at this. Look at this great camera angle. There it is. It's getting all chopped up. That's what I'm talking about. Is there sound? There is, and it's playing some music, so I don't know if it's copyrighted. And if this channel gets banned, I stop being able to buy Cece more blankets. Oh, the princess is gone. She's probably sleeping in the bed. Look at this dope workstation. I have no idea what that was. Oh, I see. Now I'm seeing it. I mean, this is the most out of control cool thing. Like, literally, an electrical cable shredder that will filter out the components. I don't know if this is because it's being sped up or whether there's just an increased throughput. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the annotations. We're going to go to, 2x speed. All right, so we're speeding up what you speeded up. From shredding to granulation. Oh my god, that is so cool. Look at this. The water is pulling the bits down and filtering. Oh, here comes some more gunk. Oh my god, absolutely shredded. This is beautiful, because the thing is that almost all of the engineering that I do is code. I mean, I have an Arduino. I've fiddled with it, but an Arduino is like doing that, but for babies. And look, you can see the copper getting caught on those first few slats. My God, like you're creating your own California gold rush. And look, here's all the plastic junk at the end. I mean, that's just incredible. That's just incredible. That's such a sick project. That's such a sick project. I consider this project is done, but there are many things to improve over the summer/year. But in all, the concept works. Just needs a few tweaks here and there. Made a little video, nothing fancy. That's completely untrue. That's fancy as fuck. But I want to see this, which is week 1, order the last parts, build the granulator. Continue building the granulator, making a few accessories for the pre-shredder, testing and filming the whole setup, tweaking the things that might need it, and then the same thing there. I like these week goals as a sample inspiration for your future DK30s. Get the stuff, start building it, and then literally half of the allocated time is just tweaking and filming. And so, in a sense, this 30-day project, in a generalized way, is I'm going to spend just over a week making this thing, and I think I can get it done in a week. So let's allocate a month. And I feel like psychologically what this does is it makes you feel ahead of the game. Even when I give myself little tasks, like let's imagine that I'm making a Mega Man style game, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to make 2 weapons for this Mega Man character and make it jump and move around. When I finish that, then I get excited. I'm like, ooh, let me make 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 weapons to add to this Mega Man character. What if I added another movement option? Because I had a small task that I finished early, then I can add to it. Whereas if I tried to spec out everything, I would feel like I'd never get close to 50% completed. So this is nice to sort of like pad with more time on either side. Adam Babel says the goal is to jumpstart and revitalize the habit of painting. Something I once loved doing. My interest and love for painting has waned in recent years, and I would like to bring back this to my life. Simple project. I aim to paint for at least 30 minutes a day. Bonus points if I finally finish some of my unfinished pieces. So let me note something. If I go to my projects and go to, there it is. Yeah. I liked reading, and this is when the pandemic started. I really like reading. I love books and comics and that sort of thing. And so I really want to just set aside time to redoing something that I enjoy. I think this is a brilliant thing to do. So often there's this aspirational, I want to do something new, I want to develop a new skill. Dude, just revisit the things that you really care about. It's terrific. And also I'll note Adam Babel was feeling a little self-conscious about linking this and having it shared publicly. But Adam Babel, this is awesome. Dude, bravo to you. I'm glad you did this. And I would love to see some of these. Oh, I'm quite pleased with the DK30. I did not finish 8 paintings as initially projected, but I did paint a ton and complete some larger pieces. So this is almost the inversion of what we just saw from Draco. Draco has had really 1.5 weeks allocated to building the stuff and then some weeks of padding. Sometimes just creating I like to call these dud goals. Like, it would be nice to finish 2 paintings, but really the goal is to revitalize a habit. Finish at least 2 paintings and post them. Finish at least 2 paintings and post them. Honestly, it's most importantly, I've taken this opportunity to develop a habit I can most certainly keep up with, and that's the most exciting part to me. The highlights were finishing that dog portrait and completing the mantis. I think the mantis is my favorite painting from this. Oh my god, Adam Babel, what the fuck? Holy shit, because like when you linked this, I didn't actually scroll down and look at your photos. That's fucking awesome. What the fuck? That's so sick. Oh my god, that's beautiful. It almost reminds me of like when you see those really elevated street art and graffiti images where it's not just some quick tag, it's this expressive, rich, colorful piece. Oh, that's great. And I love the drip. One of my favorite artists, Alex Pardee, has a lot of drip. These are all for sale if anyone wants them. Uh-oh, get some money. Adam Babel, I recommend, and of course you have full permission to do this on the site, make an update where people can reach out to you to contact for sale, because there's already 3 people that have posted they want to do that. The bidding begins now. Moving on to a bunch of Mario character portraits. My family and I played Mario Party every Sunday. I decided they should all have a Mario Party portrait. Oh my god. I play Waluigi because I'm a fucking monster. Oh, hell yeah. And I love the pattern behind this. This is very like 90s graphic art Nickelodeon look. Oh, Luigi is so handsome. Look at Luigi. Yeah. Waluigi. Oh my god, yes. I really like this pattern a lot. I also want a rubber duck painting for while I teach myself more programming. What an expressive duck! Fuck yeah, man! I love this duck. This is an amazing duck. I'd buy this. Oh, that is great. All right. Let's keep going. God damn! Oh my god, Adam Babel! I'm so glad you started painting again. Hey, is the praying mantis piece from earlier. I just think this is marvelous. Oh my god, look at this beetle. Look at this fucking beetle. Oh my god, it's just a great blend of, like, graphic style and realistic portrayal. Oh, these are fucking sick. Oh my god, it's 3 good dogs. Fuck yeah. Now, I want to back up. There is something that this especially happened in the first few DK30s. It is very easy for these showcases to feel like we are taking the best, most successful projects and putting them in front of you, which can kind of make you feel bad. There's a reason why a lot of my projects are pretty banal, because those are the actual smaller stakes goals I have. Like, I want to read more books. I want to walk more. Like, they're not particularly ambitious. And I think that for some of your own personal projects, something that is of this high quality, it should not necessarily be the goal. Because I will note, Adam Babel talked about, it's something that I once loved doing. Adam Babel is coming from a place of a wealth of experience that some of us might not have if we're trying to learn a new skill. And it's fun to praise the awesomeness there, but I would want all of you to also give yourself the leeway to just say, hey, I want to start learning Unity and I followed some tutorials. Here's a link to the tutorial project that I made that's the exact same as the other ones. These things are great. These things are great to do. Noah Nat. Our goal is to finish a rough playable demo of our hobby game, the Amoromancer. The Amoromancer is a watercolor and pixel adventure game that follows the adventures of a love mage that's seeking a cure for an accidentally ingested love potion. Started the game in fall 2022, but we want to use DK30 to finish off our minimally viable product to the point where we can share it with friends and family. If anyone wants to play it, they can, and here it is. All right, so let me see if I can get this open. Let me make sure that my audio isn't too blown out. All right, here we go. Run the game. It's loading. Ba 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 ba. All right, black on black loading bar. All right, that's good for people like me that don't like bright monitors. All right, come on, load, open up. Come on. All right, we just waited. There it is. Oh my God, look at this. It's like, it feels like an actual scanned page where someone was drawing with crayons. The Amoromancer. Oh my God, this is great. I thought the M part of MVP was supposed to be minimally. All right, let's start the game. Welcome to the demo of the minimal viable project MVP of the Amoromancer. You'll be dropped right in the plot. Ha, great pun for my name. So here is a quick summary of what happened so far. Robin, an Amoromancer, accidentally ingests a love potion and instantly, and unfortunately, falls in love with Royal. Our trio of heroes, Robin, Royal, and Rogue, are now on the run. I got a lot of R's. Let me adjust my little light here. There we go. Ha-ha! They're on the run with the goal of finding a cure for the love potion. In order to do so, they must find 3 components: the branch of a curse tree, a tear from a unicorn, and an onyx pearl. There's my mouse cursor. Enjoy! Oh, it's fucking me! Oh, Royal, I just thought of another one. Roses are red, violets are blue. You're tough as lead and gorgeous too. Amazing. Did you come up with that, or did you study flattery in the Amoromancery Academy? Royal, you said you wouldn't encourage this behavior. You know Robin is precisely just talking this way because of the love potion, right? Oh, I know, you're right, and just look at them. They're so happy. Mumbling as they pick petals off a daisy. He loves me more. He loves me more. Hold, I think I hear something. I can't remember whose voice is whose at this point. Mysterious voices singing in the distance. Oh, we got wiggly text. We hack all day and we hack all night and we come out to make it right. Check this one, but it's a dud. We need to hack until there's blood. Oh, look, placeholder art. Nice. Oh, shit. I get choices? They're surely hemophiends. Sure. They're obviously hemophiends, an underground cult of cannibals. I met one once. Strange guy, totally obsessed with blood. Anyways, they could be dangerous. Let's jump on them. The party lies in wait, patiently watching. Eventually, 2 figures round a corner, carrying buckets and long metal spigots. Robin and Royal exchange a look of doubt, but Rogue is already leaping from the bushes. In a flash, she lashes both of them to a tree! Oh! Because this character plays Hoodwink in Dota 2. The 2 look bewildered and don't really fight back. What in tarnations? I think there's been a misunderstanding here. That's exactly what the Hemofiend would say. They'd act coy until we turn around. Then they'd start biting us to steal our blood like the little mosquito men. Gross. Hemofiend? What was Royal's voice again? Rogue, are you sure about this? They look pretty normal. Well, now I see them up close. Their teeth are a little less pointy than I thought. Royal slashes with his sword, releasing them. I'm sorry about that. Hey, it was good rope. Fuck you. The pair brush themselves off. The mood is a bit awkward. So, you here? Are you 3 here for the festival? This was hard for me to read. What was Robin's voice? What was that? The festival? What's that? We were just looking for a curse tree. So are we. You're in luck. There's what little festival's all about. Someone planted the curse tree in these forests a few generations ago, and ever since we've made it an annual event to go and find out. It's the whole thing. They both have the same voice. You bet it is. There's bobbing for curse apples, curse syrup eating contests, pin the tail on the cursed donkey. Wait, so everything is cursed? No, that stuff's just for the kids and the tourists. It is a festival of the curse after all, only once a year. Now, if any of you have heard of Gilroy, California, it's a town that grows a lot of garlic and has an annual garlic festival. And if you drive through there, you have garlic ice cream, garlic bread, every form of garlic edible that you can, and the entire town for like 10 miles in each direction reeks of garlic. It's incredible. Wait, so you've had this festival every year for generations and you still haven't found the curse tree? That's right, it's a pesky one, good and hidden. So, do you just go around looking for a tree that looks, cursed? That's a common misconception, you see. The way a cursed tree looks depends on the nature of the curse. If whoever planted a cursed tree didn't want it to be found, then they could have made it look like any other tree. Usually people who plant these things just want them to stay hidden and keep working. That's right, very good! So we have to use our wits to find the tree. Do you know what this is? He holds up to the spigot. A sword! No, that's me. A sword. Good guess, dearest one. Wait. Do I get to game it? Do I get to, like, are we gonna fight? It's not a sword, it's a tap. Takes one out and wedges in the bark of the closed tree. Gives a smack with a big mallet, dragging it into the tree. Slowly, a clear liquid dribbles out of the tree. So you can identify a curse by its sap. If you tap it, the legends say that blood will come out instead of sap. I'm usually pretty relieved when sap comes out. A bleeding tree would freak me out, quite honestly, but some folks in the town want the cursed tree gone. It is cursing. So wait, what's the curse? I'm sure you'll find someone in town willing to tell you the whole story. All right. Just follow the road to town. You can't miss it. Thanks. Oh, shit. Oh, hell yeah. This is fucking adorable. This is amazing. There's going to be a fight soon. All right, I'm going to the town square. All right. You talk to the mayor under construction. Clothes shoppy. All right. Wait, where's the fight? Is it in the forest? All right, we want us up this way. We'll find some maple syrup. Oh! Final Fantasy 1 reference. For any of you ancient fucks in chat. I like your manners. Okay. All right. I'm going. A fight breaks out. Oh, shit, PLZ. Someone did the text on their phone. All right, so move / defend / Oh, my God. Oh, shit. All right, I'm absolutely going to slash. Oh, my God, dude, we're getting chewed up. What is this? Is this a health potion? Okay, wait. We have the developers in chat. What does this do? Is this healing? Oh, heal some HP and well played. All right, so let's do that to. Oh, bam. Slash. Oh shit, yes. Fuck yeah, get absolutely murdered. Slash. Bam. Ugh. No time for bribes. We're just slashing. All right. Oh my God! Like you literally have a proper RPG. Oh. Oh, I feel a lot better. Battle finished? I won it! I won the game, dude! Fuck yeah! Oh man, dude, congratulations on the amazing progress, Noah and Nat. That's fantastic. There's no ending right now. There doesn't need to be. There doesn't need to be. I'll just know that somewhere there's a tree all full of blood somewhere. And it doesn't smell well at all. Hey, this is great. Finish 50. Man, congrats. That's amazing. And again, same remark as before. One of the things that's really nice with these sort of 1 month style sprints is that if you said, hey, let's make an entire RPG, boom, start to finish. It can be so hard when you're 4 months in and you've made 5% progress on your whole design. But here, hey, we're going to do a 1 month sprint to get to this, and that feels like an end point. Can be so motivating, can be so wonderful. Ghost Stalker 88. Hold on, I'm going to burp. There, I did it. All right, Ghost Stalker 88, our wonderful mods. This project will be focused on exploring how to establish a solid foundation of knowledge and skill, gameplay systems, and design. I've been exploring and learning game dev for a while, and my larger goal is to solidify my knowledge in 3 ways. I want to take my abstract knowledge, be able to communicate and state it definitively and succinctly. Ah, yes. This is a step that people on Reddit never take. I want to explore gameplay systems in particular in a more deliberate and structured manner. Yeah, this is one of the things that I like about doing streams, is that I start to play the game. If I'm feeling demotivated to keep playing it, I just keep doing it. And then at the end, I sort of share my thoughts on it. People poke holes in my arguments or ask me questions, and this allows me to have a little structure to it. I want to learn/explore methods utilizing knowledge of game systems and practice to affect the process of game development. To say, if you have gameplay knowledge to offer me the result, I want to find out how to use this knowledge to meaningfully affect the process to get said results. So we have here. Wait, is this? Because I've talked to you about this, Ghosty, and I don't want to say things that are not. You know what? I'm going to message you. Real fast. Hold on. I'm going to message you. All right. I messaged you, Ghosty. Permission to proceed. Let's see if I get my permissions, huh? All right. So yeah. Here we go. All right, so. Oh, there it is. It's actually written right here. The problem with close friend, I may start to attempt my hand at a blog at this time with a similar mindset of starting to share and convey my journey of learning rather than trying to expound refined ideas. Both get things out of my head, but also hold me to writing things down for clarity of thought rather than remind myself of my own thoughts later. Maybe too early, but we'll see how we feel here. Yeah, this is terrific. Often when it comes to skill sets, I can't remember what the name of the talk was, but I watched it a long time ago about the idea of trying to have some output that you're producing. Like if you're trying to learn a skill, like let's say, for instance, I am opening up Unreal Engine and I'm just trying to learn how things are connected together. That's my goal. It's very easy to walk through it and then go, okay, I think I get it. But then there's nothing tangible. Just writing a little paragraph like, today I learned how this works, and they connect in this way and they function in this way. These little artifacts, these little things that you create can be incredibly solidifying for the knowledge that you're trying to establish. All right, so here's what I wanted to read about. I opened the door to my mental attic where I keep my game dev mental knowledge, and it was just stuff from floor to ceiling with junk. Hell yeah. The greatest part about writing it down, getting it out of the attic. It was nothing but a mess with no room to work. What the hell's the point of making things solid and polished if I couldn't find them again? Forget about adding that new tool I brought into the mix. I'll just get lost with all the rest. Week 1 ate at me after realizing I was trying to make the mess cleaner and refined but not organized and useful. While I do want to be able to convey what I know and eventually refine the ideas of game systems to core concepts and dynamics, I realized I needed to make what I already knew useful, and it wasn't. Refining a concept is all fine and dandy, but unless I understand how to use it and where to find it when I need it, it's nothing more than a fancy ornament. And I've talked to you a lot. I've talked to Ghosty a lot about this really abstract kind of goal of, I have a bunch of thoughts in my head. How do I organize my own thoughts in my head? And with something that is as high level as game design projects, trying to figure out how to articulate what you think about storytelling, the particular thoughts an author might have with regards to a story, there's almost such a huge amount of stuff, it's very hard to hold in your head all at once. And then how do you sort of filter this out into useful knowledge? And even though all that sounds very abstract, there is a lot of this kind of process stuff that comes up in like industry. Like, hey, we are a company that designs logos and brands and brand rules for companies. You know, like let's say I create Day 9 energy drink and I would go to this company and I'd want to have them make the look for the can, the look for the website, have rules for like what our tone and all this, what's the tone, what's the sort of emotions we want our consumers to feel for Day 9 energy drink, which is of course fizzy water with caffeine in it. And like that company that I hire has gone through this kind of process again and again and again and again and again and again in order to allow a new person to come in and say, hey, I'm ready to work. And they can say, hey, here's our process. Here's our institutional knowledge written down so that way you can begin to go through it. And I would love to just ask straight up Ghosty, because this is one of these like post the project and then in an hour ago write a description. Final only project. I'd love to hear a little bit more about what the process was like. Because as I was talking about maybe 30 minutes ago, if you're sitting down to work on something, sometimes half the time is spent figuring out what you're supposed to make. And then the other half is making the thing. And I talk about 1 month projects as being the entirety of that, but this feels a lot more like trying to refine that very first thing, which I really feel like is an interesting template for a future project. Hey, I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to try to just spend the whole month identifying that. And I know a little bit more about your next steps that I'm going to thoughtfully and politely not mention at all yet. But I think this is a really interesting puzzle that I personally have gone through, and it's funny because it's so abstract that it can sometimes be hard to describe. I'm kind of glad we get one of these on air to be able to share. If any of you have ever been in a situation where you are struggling to figure out how to articulate what it is that you want to do with something in your head, that's great. That actually is meaningful and it's not bullshit work. I used to think of it as there must be something wrong with me because I can't figure out how to say what I'm trying to solve. I can't figure out how to even describe it. And this is why I feel like there's people often talk about what's the problem you're trying to solve and then what's the solution that you did to solve it. I really hate overly focusing on it in this way because there's always that meeting where you're in the room and you're talking about something and someone goes, guys, let's just back up. What problem are we trying to solve? I actually feel like there's things before this. I feel like there is first just trying to gather information and gather data and look for patterns. You're just gathering information. And the second one is trying to look at all this information and try to identify what even is my goal. And then after that, you can find out what's the problem that is in the way of me getting my goal. And then last, what is the solution that overcomes the problem that's getting in the way of the goal that I identified from scraping through all this data and identifying patterns. And it's these first two of just getting some data, trying to see any patterns, trying to make, like for instance, if I were using the example of writing a blog, I want to try to start writing my design idea down. So I have a lot of data, I have a lot of stuff kicking around in my head. Let me try to start making a blog, and then what's going to happen is you're going to just hit issues that can make you go, okay, I actually think my goal is to organize all of these thoughts. So maybe it actually is not that I'm trying to refine these ideas. Maybe it's that I'm just trying to organize them and list them out. Okay, so that's my goal. What's the problem in the way of that? Okay, it's that I'm not sure where to start, and I need to start spending more time categorizing and blah, 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 blah. There's all this pre-work that happens before you're in, I've identified my problem, let's try a solution. I've identified the problem, let's try a solution. Anyways, on to the next one. Forrest worked on Fantasy Tabletop, a tabletop role-playing game that I'm developing. It's just what I want in a TTRPG, since every other system I've looked up or tried just hasn't done it for me. Yes, 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 times 1,000, yes. You know, I know that there's that really basic baby business statement of you're trying to find problems and solve them. You know what's one of the most consistent creative problems? I can't find the thing that I want to play. I can't find the book that I want to read. I can't find the TTRPG that has the systems that let me do what I want. So, March 2020, 23 DK30s to finish creating all subclass features in Foundry VTT. I assume this is virtual tabletop, but I'm not sure. And hey, if any of you want to message Forrest and give words of encouragement and cheer, let Forrest know. I'm excited to say for my first DK30, it's a success. If I had any self-esteem, I could say I'm proud of myself without cringing. Damn it! Be proud of yourself, Forrest Archer. Be proud. You sat down and fucking made something. And I relate to this so hard. I feel like there is this, especially in America, this societal block against being proud of what you've done. Saying, I worked hard on this and I did a good job and I'm proud of it. You're supposed to go, oh yeah, I worked on it, but maybe it's not that great or it's not a big deal, and to be self-deprecating. Man, making anything takes a lot of work. You birthed a cool idea that now lives in the world because of your efforts. You should be proud of yourself. That's amazing. So I want to scroll because I thought there was there a link in this? No. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm conflating it with another project. But Forrest Archer, all of these different week breakdowns connects back to these list of week breakdowns that are up here. And this is an extraordinarily granular amount of organization. Often when I talk about 4-week plans, sometimes week 1 can be dedicated to just listing all the stuff out like this. And I feel like this is a great demonstration of your grasp on the task that you have at hand. It's almost like the polar opposite of what we were just talking about with Ghosty, of like just gathering more data, throwing some stuff at the wall to figure out what is the problem you're trying to solve or the goal that you're trying to achieve. This is like, I have it all listed down. It's just doing the work. I just have to draw the rest of the fucking owl, as it were. And I love that you also crossed everything out. Hell yeah. Look at all these things crossed out. Oh yeah. Look at all these big completes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Push through the burnout. Hell yeah. Create additional spells and adjust existing spells. So there's a damage option at each slot level. Hey, Cece, did you come to visit me? Hi, sweetheart. Oh, what a good dog. Do you want to go sleep on the cat's eating pad? Oh, what a good baby. Begin to transfer information from Foundry VTT into Word doc. Well, dude, Forrest Archer, by no means feel pressured. But if you want to post a link in your updates, we'd be thrilled to see it. We'd be thrilled to check it out and see it listed down. What do you feel like was some of the most notable takeaway for you, Forrest Archer, since I see you there? And Forrest Archer, oh, I love this, says, I wrote them down when I finished them to be able to go back and see how much I'd done for self-motivation. Yeah, I mean, this is one of these things that you look at and you're like, oh, yo, that feels awesome. Look at the things that I've done. Let me actually see if I have... Can I, do I have the ability to show this? Let me see something here. Is this, I want to see if this is actually, if I have any like other things here. Okay. Doink. I like to list off all the shows that I've done in a giant spreadsheet because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm doing stuff. So I have like all the mostly walkings on Monday. I have, various color codes. See, Elden Ring is fucking splashed all over here. I have some orange to highlight some of the RTS stuff done. I put a week canceled due to eye strain. I was thinking of doing another nostalgia stream here, but I was just really enjoying Elden Ring. And it's one of these things where I remember looking at this specifically in the in 2022, and I was just going, man, I'm feeling really tired. I'm feeling like I'm worn out. And I looked at this and I was like, wow, I have not taken a single day off streaming since the first of the year. I just banged through stuff. And that's it. And I find that there is a pleasure, not necessarily in the filling in of the checkbox. I mean, there is that, but I'm not necessarily talking about the filling in of the checkbox. I'm talking about the going back and admiring your domain and being like, yeah, I did that shit. That's fucking awesome that you structured your work in that way, Forrest, to remind yourself, hey, I got this shit done. And Forrest Archer, for a link, whatever you would be most comfortable with, or not at all, that's great. I just wanted to extend the offer because there's a lot of TTRPG players in our community, and they might be interested in checking it out. Metal Thulu. I want to work on some healthier habits and break some unhealthy ones. About food and exercise, my main goal is to experiment a bit with different tools, practices, and goals to figure out what feels sustainable, even beyond the project, rather than enacting any sweeping major changes. Oh my God, awesome. We were just talking about this. Instead of doing that day 9 error that I was talking about earlier and going, okay, it's day 1. I am going to just start following my plan, going 100%, going really hard. I was unhealthy on Sunday and I was healthy as fuck on Monday. Go, go, go. Instead, saying, I'm going to spend a month experimenting with different things to find which one I like. Because then if you go, this isn't working for me, I hate this, that is a form of success, not how it normally feels emotionally, like a form of failure. Oh, I tried the 5-2 diet and it failed at it. I fucking suck. Metal Thulu is not my first DK30 rodeo. Yeah, I've had a huge range of successes and eating shit for my DK30s. So, oh, look at this. MyFitnessPal food tracking, trying all this sort of stuff. No food after 9:30. Ooh, I really got to work on this, man, because I horked down some Thai drunken noodles at like 10:30 last night, and it was so good. Oh my God, and I slept so bad. Oh, I like really woke up at 3 a.m. and my face was hot because I'd put so many carbs in it at 10:30. Oh man. Some Beat Saber. Yeah, look at this. Trying some other variety. I feel this project did a good job of accomplishing my original goal of improving some of these. I may have slightly failed at the gradual part, given the amount of weight loss I had by the end. Hell yeah. But I avoided feeling like I was making any extreme or unsustainable changes, which was the purpose of that portion of the goal. I feel healthier overall after this project. Lost some weight, feel more active. It's like I've had to sacrifice or lose anything that mattered to me as part of the process. Definitely intend to keep up these changes. And I loved this big write-up that Metal Thulu included here. That, again, I encourage you to figure out. Or not figure out, I encourage you to read yourself. But track and reduce overall eating. Yeah, I mean, I have had both sides of this where I'm like, oh my God, I'm eating way too much. And then I track it and I'm like, I'm literally not eating enough food. Or vice versa. But look, track and reduce overall eating. Avoid eating at night. This is great. This helps me with my sleep, but I love eating, so this is a little tricky. Increase frequency of light activity. This is really clever, right? I will just walk to the store this time. Take me an extra 20 minutes each way, but I'll just walk to it today. See how it goes. Increase frequency and amount of longer exercise activity. Hell yeah. Along with reduced calories, this is my biggest change from my normal habits, requiring myself to spend several days a week with a longer session of exercise. Didn't want to be too prescriptive of what this was, to let myself stick with doing activities I had easier access to. Yeah, like, this is what has hosed me, like trying to figure out a new gym and like what the schedule is, all this sort of stuff. But using the length and frequency as the goal instead. Really slick. Secret bonus goals. Ooh. I'd had a non-stated bonus goals, try to get some other health-related tasks during this project, and I was able to get an optometrist appointment scheduled, completed new glasses ordered and acquired. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'm really happy that you shared this, Metal Thulu, just due to the fact that it's a different take on how to do exercise stuff. Figuring out less of nail everything starting on day one. Koromar 92, daily writing habit. I've been thinking of writing an anthology of short stories for a while now. However, I don't really do much writing in general, so the goal for this DK30 is really to just develop a habit of writing. My goal is to write for 1 hour every day. I'm not limiting myself to just writing anything specific. Any writing is good, may include things such as journaling or stream of consciousness. This will be made slightly more difficult. My partner and I just welcomed our firstborn child into the world. Fucking LOL. It turns out being a parent can be quite time-consuming. That's a big understatement. On top of this, my parental leave ends mid-March, so finding an hour during that week may end up being extra difficult. Another really clever approach. I have this disruptive component, a whole baby, which, by the way, congrats. But boy, do babies take up a lot of time. And here is a sort of super goal, an overarching goal, but we're just trying to develop a habit of writing and just trying to figure out how to find that time. This is a great starting approach. Again, I feel like there's always a step between I want to do this and I'm not doing it to I'm doing it, which is figuring out the time thing. Because if you can just find an hour every night, great, you're done. But what if it feels like you're just doing an hour 3 nights a week and it's just so hard to get to 5? Maybe you retune it to just do 1 hour 3 nights a week and just start with that. Like figuring out where the wiggle room is before trying to make yourself do things. Where was this? Yeah, I'm happy to say that this month I probably wrote along the lines of 5,000 words, not including these updates. Not a lot, but also non-trivial. For any who are curious, I think that like a traditional novel is like 80,000 words. Just like, 250, 300-page book is like 80,000 words. Maybe it's a little less than that. Maybe it's like 60,000. So, 80 divided by 5 is 16%. No, that's wrong. What am I doing wrong here? What's 80 divided by 5? 20. Jesus. No, it's not. It is. This is the hardest thing that I've ever done. It is 16. Is it 16? Fuck math. I'm not doing this shit. But yeah, like that's it's not 20. Yeah, no, my brain is like mega melted. It is 16. My first intuition was correct. 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 2. Yeah, there you go. Never do math live. Never do math live. That's why I don't play card games. 16% of a book. 16% of a book written in 1 month. Do that. Is that right? I don't know why. Like, I've done the math and it feels like wrong to me. So if you do this for 16 months, Jesus Christ. It's not 16%. It's, the fuck is wrong with me? Listen, you have done a non-trivial portion of a whole book. Oh my God. It takes 16 months. There we go. It's going to take 16 months. Wow, for my next DK30, I'm going to fucking learn how numbers work, okay? Oh my God. Yeah, not a lot of words, but also non-trivial. 3,000 of those words went towards a short story, and the rest is a mashup of various other things. I'm not very regular with my writing, but I'm more comfortable sitting down and getting words on paper. I know of 1, 2, 3, 4 friends right off the top of my head that were in the situation where they always wanted to get some writing done and just started sitting down and had a really similar arc for their first forays into doing writing. And it was really satisfying to just focus on some short stories, just start getting in the habit of doing some writings. And hey, you even managed to do this all while keeping a whole ass child alive. Dude, Koromar, that's awesome. I mean, I would love to know if you're intending on continuing to do this sort of writing. Continuing to, hell, maybe by the next DK30, which is going to be happening in the fall, you'll have 6 short stories. I would love to know. Tuesday Twitch says, in the last few weeks, I decided to give Linux desktop another chance. It's not going to happen. Okay, sorry, gaming industry. Linux is not going to happen. This decision was driven by some frustrations with C++ packages and build systems and Windows, as well as general curiosity. I also like the advantages that Clang LLVM offer, which is the tool set of choice for Unreal Engine on Linux. This Tuesday Twitch, we can tell right away that you're a programmer, man. Dude, like, anytime you're talking about, like, build systems, like, it's just, I want to be able to just have it let me start coding, but I just can't. It's too hard to let me start. Anyways, decided to do this. Let's say the development is more enjoyable with 30 days to make a game using UE on Linux. So this is a really fascinating kind of skill set building, which for any of you who don't understand what this language means, it's easy to think of, oh, I open up a document where I type code and then I drag it and drop it into the game and then I hit play and there it is. I've heard this mental model for programming from non-programmers before that, oh, you just code in the engine, you just type it in right away and you hit go. When really there's like a very fragile chain of 70 things linked together that as long as nothing in that chain breaks, your game runs when you hit play. So for instance, if I'm using like VS Code, I need to make sure that I have everything installed properly on VS Code and reading everything properly to be able to let it connect to Unity or Unreal or whatever I'm using to be able to start coding, blah, blah, blah. So this is a really interesting type of project, which is Tuesday clearly has experience with coding, clearly has experience with a lot of these components, and is trying to create a forced specific problem to learn more about a very specific thing. I'm having frustration with C++ packages and building on Windows. I will start by mentioning that my March project productivity was a spiky graph. I'm glad to report that I am working on a game using Unreal and Linux. It won't be done anytime soon, but I'm bringing together experience from other projects I've been developing for the past 2 years. Let me just say that C++ package management and build systems are so painful that I question using the language frequently. Linux helps a bit over Windows in this regard, but ultimately feels as though I have to operate a machine that gets in the way more than other languages. My professional and hobby work both use C++, though, so I intend to make a long-term goal to understand this process better. This is amazing, right? You thought that you were going to switch to Linux to get away from build problems. You fool! But I love this project being so deliberately focused. I mean, this is like an acupuncturist needle of trying to learn about and think through a certain process. And as I was mentioning a while back, I personally get really self-judgy about, oh, I just can't get this to work. Let me spend 2 hours figuring it out. Oh, I couldn't figure it out in 2 hours. I'm an idiot. Oh my God. Beating myself up. Because what I should be doing is just coding the game in Unreal. And I like that Tuesday Twitch had a project fully focused on this to get more information instead of beating oneself up for not being able to get it done in a day. Some things, just figuring out how to make them work, do take months and months and months and months just to figure out how to get it to work. In fact, there is a common role in companies called a build engineer, whose job is just the build system. It doesn't matter if you know what that is, but like their whole job is just to allow people to hit the build button and for their computers not to instantly detonate. Which happens, shrapnel fucking flying everywhere. And if it does, you can use Draco's electronics sluice system to reclaim the copper from that. All right. Tuesday, bravo. Grenna. For the past year or so, I've been building an RPG game for my wife, whom I recently married, as a wedding gift. This is the fucking sweetest thing I have ever read in DK30 history. Oh my God, this is amazing. You're just going to make an RPG for your wife? Holy shit, man. That's awesome. Originally, I was making it an RPG maker. But finally decided to bite the bullet and move over to Unity. For this 30-day project, I just want to focus on the combat/battle systems, get some simple simulations going that I could build off in the future. So with the DK30 over, it's been my final update. With a shift made in the previous update. Oh. What's the shift made in the previous update? I've been focusing more on the engine for battle itself and much less on visuals. I hope to, in a couple days, show the progress. I think the reason for the shift is finding more and more as I develop, I need to go back and alter things that could have been abstracted earlier for ease of simplicity in development, and now basically attempting to have the entire, most of the battle engine as a model, void of game objects and mono behaviors. After which I then use game objects, mono behaviors to listen in on events for each model in that engine. Without going into too much about this, God, I want to go on a tangent about this, but I'm trying to make myself not. Because you're effectively doing a black box simulation that has API extensions that the mono behaviors and game objects read. So that way you can fully manage the simulation on your own without trying to deal with all the bullshit that happens in the usual, in the usual nonsense where engines have a lot of coupling of their data structures that are so intertwined and make so many assumptions that unless you know those assumptions, you get totally fucking mollied. Anyways, I can't believe it took us this deep to see a significant shift mid-project. Often, DK30s are as straightforward as I'm trying to do thing X, and I either did it, or I fell short, or I got ahead. But one really common output is I started to work on this project, and I discovered that I needed to stop, and I needed to change directions and do this thing. The whole point of having it be a month is that, let's say you get 2-3 weeks in and go, I need to make that change. You can just sort of replan the next month and then go again. This is terrific. This is terrific. And Grinna, I so badly want to see the game project. Are there any screenshots? Oh, yeah. Oh. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Oh, yeah. Ouch, 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 ouch. 10, 10, 10. Oh, yeah. God, these cubes look so familiar. Grinna, I would love to hear more about the progress as this is going on. Super Odan started a game called The Rootris. The root trees are dead during the most recent global game jam. It's heavily inspired by Obra Dinn, which rules. So it is essentially one big puzzle. Instead of being about solving murders, about piecing together a very large family tree. Using context clues and doing research. I am slowly but surely making progress on it, and would definitely like to have a first playable version for testing by the end of the month. This means pushing the mechanics to my intended version. A lot of them are still hacky versions. More importantly, testing and iterating the puzzle. Dude, Super Ordinance says, refresh for a quick demo. I believe I have a build that might work on stream here. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let me move over here and click on this and run the mystery. Made with Unity. December 6, 1998.
Last night outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated that from the pilot's final communications, the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottree sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers.
Hell yeah.
There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
Oh, fuck yeah. I repeat, the Roottrees, dramatic pause, are dead. Oh, and away it goes. Oh, shit yeah. Nobody expected those girls, rest their souls, to die so young. The family's lawyers are scrambling. They hired me to find someone that can help. Anyone who's a Roottree blood relative is about to come looking for a payout. So I need to know who's who. I hear you're an expert at sorting out family trees. I'm going to give you a quick test. If you pass, you get the job. Oh, yeah. This, by the way, is how the modern job market works, in case any of you haven't updated your LinkedIn. You're going to get quizzes sent all the time. Oh. Got milk picture. The evidence in your possession appears here. Fill in the names, pictures, and occupations of the 3 Roottree sisters. Unknown, unknown, unknown. You can search the internet from here. Is this actually going to open the internet? Oh, you've connected to the World Wide Web. Which URL would you like to visit? Spider search. What? Wait. Root tree. The first few pages are filled with news results about the plane crash. Beside it, there are countless advertisements and conversations about the various products made by the Roottree Candy Company. Most articles mention Carl Roottree, who was the president of the Roottree Candy Company. His daughters are also eulogized, but referred to as the Roottree sisters. They've been famous from a very early age. All right. Day 9. Oh, no, I'm not relevant. I'm fucking washed up. It's over, man. Fuck. Oh, my God. Jesus. Root tree candy. Oops, I can't spell. Root tree candy. Oh, my God. Mixing with the recent news plane crash, there are a lot of results for Root tree's extremely popular candy products. Huh. Holy shit. It's like a proper investigation game. I love how slowly it loads. It's like that feeling of slowly unwrapping a present. Oh my god. Oh my god. The product that put them on there with 5 pieces. Maple candy has 5 different flavors that are dipped in a crispy, crackly candy coating. Since then, they have branched out to countless other products. But other delicious treats have included maple in some way. Their sister company, simply titled Root. Oh my god. Dude, this is sick. Oh my god. Wait. So I can just keep Raina. Dude, this is out of control. Okay. So let me just stop being a day 9 and just talk about being a gamer consumer here. If you showed me 5 buttons and when I clicked on each one, it opened up 5 different bits of text, I would just kind of go, oh, okay, click. But the fact that I need to look through this and parse it as a human, and it will occasionally hit no relevant results, and I'm like, damn. And then I need to like kind of think through what were some of the last things I was looking up, Reina, or can I look up like candy? Oh my god, and try to sift through this. This is sick. Escape accidentally went back to this page. It scared the shit out of me. Oh, I need to click it. Oh my god. Okay, this is fun as shit. Dude, Super Odan. And now that I have this open and not your project open, can everyone come in and play? Well, I guess so. I mean, it's public. So if I hit escape and go back to here, yeah, look at this. We got the build that might work. I want to read a little bit about what you wrote. I mean, there were some funny things about how unbelievably difficult it was to just get these last few bugs. Super Ernest says, I wouldn't recommend it yet. Soon. Okay. In that case, I'm going to not reopen the game. But dude, Super Rodan, this is such a cool concept where you actually have to be a sleuth and search through. It reminds me of, oh my god, who's the game developer that recently released Immortality that does a lot of really avant-garde style games? I mean, it is... Oh, fuck. What's the name of that dev? But anyways, like, I think the concept is terrific, and I would be over the moon to play a final version of this game. I'd be over the moon. And it feels like a really good, tight... Yeah, Sam Barlow, that's what it was. Nuga Banaga. Or Nagu Banaga. Your name. Your ID. Dude, but this is so sick. All right, we have 4 more left. Loco Fuzzy Pants says, I want to start playing D&D again after not DMing for a year, so I thought a fun way to get back into the swing of things would be to create a new campaign. World that I could run one-shots for new people and eventually a full campaign if anyone shows interest. I'm not looking to complete the entire world design in a month, but I want to complete a map of the world and get at least major cities created. Who's ready for a great map? Yeah, daily updates? Yeah, no one does daily updates. Look at this sick map. Look at this. I'm going to... Look at this, man. Dude, these little zoom in bits, the detail. Zoom back out. Dude, look at this. This is sick. And look at, like, you can even see little bits of grass there. Oh, yeah. Hey, look, it's Farah Missoula. I love Wandering around little maps. Just seeing notable locations. Here's Old Shore. Dundoral. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Estapor. Oh, yeah. What's up here? Oh, dude, look at this great chasm with water spilling out the side. This is so sick. Oh my god, it's possible to get a link to this image? Yeah, it's just right here. It's just right here in Loco Fuzzy Pants D&D World Campaign creation. There's now a lot of detail, so definitely recommend opening a new tab and zooming in. And there's all sorts of amazing descriptions of these locations in the world and things about them. And I gotta say, I think maps are so cool. Because when you have a map, it just poses questions. Like for me, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I want to go here. What's the story there? We have some other locations that don't yet have a little cutout. Ooh, Osseltoff. And we have almost like these adobes kind of carved into the cliff. Oh, it's fucking sick. Right, give me one quick second. Ugh. And one thing about this is, I can't believe I thought I was going to get this done in the first week, but it's turned to something I really like, so not too bummed out. I will re-stress, it's very easy to over-ambitiously state, I'm going to get all this shit done. It's going to be amazing. It's going to take me 1 week. And then you can feel yourself bummed out at the end. But really, this is a huge amount of work and a huge amount of effort. And this is one of the reasons why I think that, that it's so important to give yourself some buffer room in what you're trying to do. Give yourself some setup time. Like, hey, I'm going to spend a week doing all the setup work. Then in week 2, I'm going to do the work. And then week 3 or 4 is just buffer time. Like, I love this model because this is amazing. And this is something that I think that you should be incredibly proud of. This is an amazing achievement. And it's so easy to just almost sell ourselves short with what we've actually been able to accomplish in this short period of time. Marth. So somehow I managed to reach a kind of serenity in my life. Oh, how we envy you, Marth. I stopped worrying about many things. I just want to experience the small joys in life. Hell yeah. So my project will be pursuing things I find interesting to do and have not done before, starting out with baking and reading. And we are talking really small here. Every single cake is a goal and achievement. And Marth has just been posting manga and cakes in the Manga Space Try 20 series, of which I completed 3, dropped 2, but a lot of them are still ongoing. So my waiting list has expanded a lot. We have another bread. Breads are impossible to cook. They're like absolutely... I'm actually quite hungry. I ate a sandwich around 11 and it's too small, so I gotta go eat more. I'm baking this time. Look at this. We got some maki. You attempt to stop gaining weight. Decided to switch to cooking and stop baking. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm getting so hungry. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Look at this. Oh, my God. Some leftover ingredients. We got brownies. We got brownies. Oh, look at this tort. Oh, my God. It looks so fucking good. Another manga update. All right. So we're reading manga and we're baking. Look, we got some more breads. Oh, my God. Look at that. It's a chocolate fucking cake. Oh my god, it looks so good. More manga. The fragrant flower blooms with dignity. A romance manga that's still currently in publication. Oh yeah. Who doesn't love a good romantic work? Oh my god, first cheesecake. It was delicious, but also pretty heavy. It's just like me. Oh my god, dude. Marth, yes. Again, DK30 is so much about personal ambition. But, dude, I love this. Just focus on the small pleasures. Hell yeah, Marth. Oh, yes. And, oh, is this the last one? Oh, no, there's Abyss Hunger. That's right. Kelsware. Untitled city defense game, graphics and multiplayer. You can currently expand to regions and build resource buildings there, but the graphics are very abstract. I'd like to add more realistic terrain and building graphics this month. Ambitious to say the least, but my stretch goal is getting a basic multiplayer running too. You know, as much as I think it is super valuable to stick in the paper prototyping or gray boxing or low graphics fidelity phase, just to focus on what the game is, when you get the graphics in, they have such a disproportionate amount of gameplay value and satisfaction. It's so crazy. Quick update for the live review. I didn't get terrain working fully over the weekend, but I did figure out texture arrays and blending in Unity shaders, which is pretty cool. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just getting some gradients in the materials. Just gonna post a wrap up here. I did not have a very productive second half of the DK30. Made a lot of progress understanding shaders in Unity, which I've wanted to tackle for a while now. Shaders in Unity is an incredibly gigantic topic, especially now that like they have the really robust shader graph type stuff. Haven't gotten trained textures working yet though. I think I'm close. I'll make a push to do it this weekend and continue posting occasional updates. Oh hell yeah! Oh, a colony defense city builder, somewhat in the tradition of the AR Billions. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I mean, oh, this was the 17-day ago update. Got it. Yeah, I mean, yo, dude! Like, look at that. We have these simple logical cells, and then, bam, immediately just some simple elevations has an immediate impact. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and I mean, like the sort of work getting a lot of the art stuff, especially in an engine working, is it's like hardly any progress, and then whoop, and then all of a sudden you're able to get really nice texturing on there, and you're able to get little procedurally generated trees in there. Because I mean, like if this were used as a texture just kind of slapped on with some reasonable linking in the colors in this, oh, it'd be great. Hell yeah, Kelsware. How and where are you at today? Kelsware says irregular grids are wild. Yeah, dude. There was that recent math paper that showed that there is an object that tessellates, which means that it can have copies placed against itself to fully cover a space. But it can infinitely tile space with no repeated patterns in there. And it's been like this thing that mathematicians have been looking for many generations. And it's actually a pretty simple shape, too. It's nuts. Yeah. So Biz Hunter says, hello, I'm a concept artist and illustrator. I've been trained to produce concepts of the kind you see in ArtStation or illustrations following the style of the splashes of LOL, although not nearly as good. And I've started to hate my own art. In the beginning, motivation was high, and I enjoyed the challenge of exploring new styles. Not anymore. With this challenge, I want to create 10 pieces within 30 days and do art I like. So I have a number of friends who are artists that often get pigeonholed in their art. Like I had a friend that did a couple of really dark horror-inspired pieces for someone, and did a great job. So people started to go, "Oh yeah, you're the sort of dark, twisted horror artist. Cool. Can we hire you to do dark, twisted horror art for us?" And then all of a sudden, this dude has this like repertoire of really horrific-looking things when that person is actually just interested in doing more bright, vibrant, cartoonish looks. So I love this. Just getting away from this pigeonholing to expand. Oh, expand with the art. All right. Okay, wait. I'm going to open up links over here. Oh, there's a bunch of ads. Oh, I see. No, those aren't a bunch of ads. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here it is. Dude, look at this. Yeah. All right. This is incredible. Zooming in. Hold on, let me get this cookie warning out of the way. Refuse non-essential cookies. Okay. Oh my god. It's like has both dimension and that graphic look. Oh my god, yeah. And it's like right on the boundary of that sort of warm, cozy, inviting, calm, but also that like intimidating austerity of just the tall buildings. Oh, that's so cool. Oh. Oh my god, it's just so pleasant. God. Any project where I've ever done cell shading, I just wish it looked like this instead. Oh my god, that's just magical. You can do it. Yes, we can fucking do it. Congratulations, refuse non-essential cookies. Yeah, the choice of color palettes is just spectacular. Oh. Let's go. God, it's just it's incredible. Like there's such a unity between the way that the environments are drawn and how the characters are drawn. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Come on, load and load. Hell yeah. Just a fun sketch. Simply imagine being amongst the top 10 players in the world for 912 consecutive weeks. Simply Rafa. Hell yeah. Oh, and again, I just love the 912 in the background. See the 9 and the 1 and the 2. That's so good. DK30 comes to an end, and well, it's been way more challenging than I ever intended it to be. After downsizing my ludicrous initial goal, I really thought I would have all the time in the world and enjoy it. Somehow I end up having to rush the 11th hour. Nevertheless, achieved my goal pretty much every way I was hoping for. Started this project with the idea of producing work I truly liked, and I'm proud to say I found a couple things that will guide my work in the future, both personally and professionally. Not everything has turned out a success. Yeah, but I mean, I think also, too, there is in science the negative result. We tried this and it didn't work. And that's a great result. Because now you know that this is not the path to go down. Oh, and I love this. A massive congrats to everyone that has finished their DK30. Will I do this again? Probably. I might see what I can learn in Blender in 30 days, but now it's time for my victory donut. And a victory donut you shall have. And I personally am also in the mood for some food because I just am getting insanely, ridiculously hungry looking at all those images. But big congratulations and round of applause to all of you that did DK30s. We do one around twice a year, one near the start of the year, such as the one we just did, and one in the fall, again, focused on creative projects. So if you'd like to join, we'd warmly invite you to do that. And if you are interested in doing DK30s at any point on your own, independently, great. You're more than welcome to. We have our website up every day of the year, so you can use those tools if you so desire it. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give myself a nice, juicy food break. Give myself a nice, juicy foodie break. And when we return, we're going to do some Project Zomboid. But yeah, you all kick ass. You're all great. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm hungry now. Damn, Marth, I'm so hungry.